from Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Roadie Rob, Adam Baum, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Marked Out Wrestling Podcast's only weekly show. I am your host, Adam Baum, alongside the giant person behind me that is Bionic Brian. We were kind of laughing as we came in here because I'm running around the studio as I'm reading this tweet that Brian sent me, and I've got to start off with it. I didn't intend to. But TNT thinks that Tony Khan makes root beer.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're keeping, thank you for the introduction, by the way. Hello, board. Hello, listeners. Yes. If you've been keeping score at home, Danhausen refers to AEW as ANW. And so he always teases that he even filled out an application to ANW. So this is just their way of recognizing that. So yeah, Danhausen is all elite.
So it's them being in the loop.
Sure. Oh
yeah. Okay.
Totally. They're being in on the joke. Totally.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So before we get started, let's look on our YouTube live chat board. I see some big names over here. We got Rocky Patel, Christopher Steichleather, Juan Rodriguez. Even if he won't accept his Hall of Fame, that's where he is.
Yeah.
Newly minted Juan Hall of Famer.
Is that official? I thought we usually announce it at Royal Rumble.
No, we made it official on Monday in our final Raw. Check the tape if you haven't on Podbean. Go back and listen to our final Monday show. We had Steve, we had Kiera, we had Bob, we had lots of fun reminiscing. We ended up going 2.5 hours, so
yeah,
that's enough Tuesday stuff to last you for a while. So we already talked about it. Brian Danhausen is signed to AEW.
Sir,
I want to pose a question to you.
Okay,
has nothing to do with him or AEW or anything. Just the timeline of events.
Mm-hmm.
Had he not broken his leg, do you think this would have happened 3 months ago?
I mean, he was signed with Ring of Honor, so you figure they still had their stuff going on. So, I don't think so. I think this was. I mean, if the Ring of Honor stuff hadn't happened, I think maybe it might have happened sooner. But yeah, with his leg broken, because he's just been doing appearances and stuff. So.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Question, but
I feel like he was possibly supposed to come in a little earlier.
Potentially. I mean, I think it was inevitable that he was going to show up. But you might be right where his leg, being broken, I think may have delayed it.
Yeah, I mean, he got to make some appearance money. Specifically, let's talk about his future now. He's debuted. Don't hate me for asking this, Brian, but I have to. Because it's AEW, it's like a freshman showing up on campus. Where's he gonna rush? Which fraternity he's gonna pledge?
Right.
Could Danhausen be headed to the House of Black?
No, I feel like that he's. I mean, since he debuted with Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy, he has a whole history with Orange Cassidy. So I feel like he's gonna go along with that whole. Maybe with best friends.
I wasn't talking, Brian, about who he's going to fight. Mm-hmm. I'm saying he has to be part of a faction. Everybody in AEW is part of a faction.
Sure.
You are not allowed in AEW.
You're right.
Without faction representation. It's like
yeah.
Minimum of 3 allowed. That's
right.
That's why Wyndham hasn't debuted.
It's true.
He doesn't have a faction yet.
Right. There's no faction. There's no room yet.
So no, but I was just thinking, I know Danhausen's a slightly different character, but does he go with the face paint and join Darby and Sting? Does he go with the House of Black?
House of Black is too serious. I mean, maybe Dark Order, but I mean, really, he debuted in the middle with the Orange Cassidy and stuff. I feel like he's going to go with Best Friends. I mean, that seems more his speed.
But do you? I mean, not to be a dick. I'm not trying to be Rob, I mean, I feel like you can't just debut and unless your name, and even he has alliances, unless your name is John Moxley, you are part of a faction in AEW.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know.
From the bottom to the top. I mean, that's why so many people are in like Hardy family. They're like, yeah, you guys are all the leftovers.
Yeah, you just go there. No, that's why I feel like he should just he'll be involved with Best Friends. And if you're gonna say which faction, then my answer is Best Friends.
Okay. I could see that from a character standpoint, that's who he would mesh with the best.
Yeah, they're like weirdos and funny and
I think he and Statlander could have some fun, the alien.
Totally.
Yeah. That could be fun. The other we kind of talked about this in the group of our marked out hosts, and everybody just completely negated what I said and then pretended to make their own ideas out of what I said. But Frankie Kazarian is re-signed, Kaz. Bob speculated, his buddy, works backstage in production, blah, blah, blah. I think that Frankie Kazarian is at the point of his career where an offer like Tony's is gold. Healthcare, should something happen to him.
Right.
I said should because for a guy his age, he's in phenomenal shape.
Totally.
And I feel like he is on a career path now, much like your boy Jerry Lynn was when he was with TNA, and to finish where Jerry Lynn is now. Jerry Lynn and TNA started fighting some young guys, getting some rivalries with them, kind of mentoring them. And then now he's a coach backstage at AEW, does bookings and stuff like that. I see Frankie Kazarian, when this contract runs out, joining Jerry Lynn backstage. He's more than a wrestler. He could do more than just wrestle when his time's done.
Totally. Although, I mean, how old? I feel like he's significantly younger than Jerry Lynn.
Oh yeah, I'm saying long term. He's at the point though in his career when Jerry Lynn was at TNA.
Oh, totally.
Jerry Lynn when he was in the X division, and you had fucking like AJ Styles and stuff just starting to come up. Dude, Jerry Lynn is I know you are really high on him, obviously, but he's unsung for. I mean, he didn't have a school or anything. He just worked with guys.
Right.
Like Finley didn't have a school. He worked with the divas and made them into wrestlers. Like divas. Certain people could come on. That's
Jerry Lynn is he's 58 and Kaz is 44. So
yeah, I thought Kaz was about my age. I thought he was a couple of years older. I wish I had the conditioning regimen that Kaz does, but
yeah,
whatever.
Don't we all?
So I mean, Frankie Kazarian's a good one. I think there's been, we mentioned Peter Avalon, we mentioned Leo Rush. I don't know what he's doing. We mentioned I was talking to you today. Tony Nese is tweeting out about bookings. I want to talk about this from a different perspective, Brian, than we have before. I know I could say, oh, Tony Nese, he's not getting booked, so he's out looking for other jobs. But I want to talk about what you said in the group beforehand. You said, hey, but that's the beauty of AEW. You get to have a contract, get your benefits, and if you want, you can go elsewhere.
Take some dates, yeah.
From a business standpoint, this makes zero sense. Because I don't know if Tony Nese, or let's talk about reality, not Tony Nese, since it's not there yet. Let's talk about what just happened and you were there. Joey Janella, he's not really being used right now on TV by AEW. So he's wrestling at GCW over the weekend.
Moxley, same thing. I mean,
what I'm attacking this from a business standpoint, and then I do want to get your take on your trip to see it. Hammerstein's awesome. But how, if Joey Janela, it's a great deal. Go earn your money. You're not on TV, blah, blah, blah. How in the hell is Tony Khan getting his return of investment on all these talent that are allowed to basically go get double pay? Like, you know, imagine if you're a salary worker and you go take a day off, get paid for it, and go work somewhere else. You double dip. That's what these guys are doing.
Do you think maybe they have to give a percentage like to AEW? I doubt it. No way.
Why would they do that? I mean,
well, that could be like something in the agreement. Like, all right, yeah, you could work wherever you want, but we get 20%.
Yeah, or they say, you know, while you're working for GCW, you're not earning for AEW. Now, I mean, that all would be stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't.
It would make no sense.
Happy. No.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm lost on the from a business standpoint thing. I think it's fucking sweet deal for Joey Janela. I think it's a sweet deal if Tony Nese gets some bookings.
Sure.
I think that is an awesome. I mean, like, imagine. And here's the other thing: what happens if they get injured?
That's what I was gonna say.
You know, because
that's
like
what I would be worried about if I were Tony.
You know, the professionals. You and I have both watched Ted Lasso.
Sure.
You know, remember in season 1, Jamie Tart is not technically part of the team. He's on loan from a team that's not using him.
Right.
Almost the same as what we're talking about here. And so he goes and plays for a different soccer team while he's under contract from a different one. Now, I know in baseball it's farm teams and there's a whole farm system that's different. But here, like, you're playing for another team. Whose paychecks are cashing? Did GCW pick up Joey Janela's tab for the weekend from AEW? So that Tony Khan didn't have to pay for it? Does Joey get covered as an AEW performer while he's wrestling somewhere else?
Well, I don't think AEW would have anything to do with his GCW dates.
No, but let's you change the subject, and I'm glad you went there because I wanted to go there next. But if Joey Janela got hurt over the weekend, and now he can't be called upon by TK and company, is that just a hey, you know, if that happens, boys, don't be surprised if you get cut kind of scenario? Because I already think that TK is getting screwed on the return of investment for a guy going somewhere else and earning a double paycheck. So now what if you lose your talent? What if Michael Jordan, while in the offseason from the Bulls, starts playing pickup games like White Men Can't Jump on the Santa Monica Boulevard, just $50 a game, you can play Michael one-on-one. And he gets hurt.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, I totally see what you're saying. I don't know. I wish I knew more about like what the little intricacies and in and outs of their deals, because that would be something that's pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah, I mean, for the Forbidden Door, I mean, and same vice versa. God forbid, what if something happens this Sunday or this Saturday with Mickie James? She's a champion somewhere else. What if she gets hurt over there? Because I don't think he got hurt, but he got hurt enough where, you know, he's having to have surgery now. But that's what happened to Omega. He was getting banged up going to these other shows, Brian.
Right. He's wrestling everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, and then he wasn't really healthy for Dynamite.
Right. Yeah, I mean, well, with respect to Janella too, it's not like he was in the spot where, I know what you're saying, but it's not like he was in he's not being used all that much in AEW. You know?
Right, but
I know he's just one example.
But what happens when your number gets called and you're not there?
Right. Well, I feel like AEW has to be the priority. Like if that were to come up, they would have to take the AEW date.
I 100% agree with you, but we what happens if he can't answer that call because he got injured at GCW over the weekend?
Right.
You know, Spike says the GCW show was rough. I think Janela should have beaten Mid Cardona. What would happen if Moxley got injured against Homicide and tore his ACL after just coming back to AEW from his
Right? Yeah, that would
I mean, these are all great
be a
points.
problem. Yeah.
And yeah, that's a dream match for Homicide to be booked in. But Mox has, I mean, other than just living the dream, you know, he has no reason to.
Right.
And for the and that's, I'm glad you bring it up, Stike. If rumors are true, Brian, nobody makes more than Mox.
Where? And just
At
in
AEW.
general?
At AEW.
You don't think Sting
Base
makes
salary, not merch. Base salary.
Ooh.
That's what the reports that I read were.
I mean,
And I mean, for if you do want to talk about who's your blue chipper, it's probably him.
yeah, but like Sting, you don't think he gets like
No. There's
more than he
no
does?
way.
No?
There's no way. Because I heard that Mox was making $6 million a year.
$6 million a year.
Yes.
Just from AEW?
Just from AEW.
There's no way.
And that's why I'm saying, like, if he probably, and again, since he's an AEW original, I'm sure this is true, but he probably more than anybody has been booked by other companies. Long before the belt collector gimmick and all this other stuff, Mox was fighting. Wasn't he the NJPW champion for a while? The TV title.
He was he was their United States champion.
Okay, but he was one of their champions for like the first year of AEW. So I mean, he was fighting New Japan here and there. Didn't he go to Wrestle Kingdom or one of the big shows there? So he's been everywhere during his tenure with AEW. What if he gets hurt anywhere? I really would like to know. I don't know if anyone on the board has that.
Yeah, right. I would love some insight.
I don't want to hold the whole show up on this one topic.
No. It's a good question though. It's definitely something that's. I mean, I hope it never happens. Hope we never have to see that because that would be pretty shitty. I feel like it would like damper the whole Forbidden Door, quote unquote, thing.
So before we get into our awards, match of the night, segment of the night, marked out and petty, I want to talk a couple things from tonight, but more specifically, not even the outcomes or anything tonight, Brian. I want to talk about these themed dynamites, if you will. In the infancy of AEW and battling through COVID and stuff, they had, and I could be wrong, Stike, help me out if I am, it was Fight for the Fallen was one of the first themed dynamites. They did a night 1 and night 2.
Yeah.
They've done many others since then. Whatever the 3 they did right in a row at holiday time, and now this one,
New Year's Smash,
Beach Break,
Holiday Bash.
Where I'm going with this, Brian, is the original had. I mean, when they first started doing these, they had a pay-per-view level feel, if not on the theme of the event. The bookings, there would be five matches, and they were all feuds, like real legitimate feud matches. And I don't want to shit over the 2 guys that got destroyed by Wardlow tonight.
Yeah.
And I don't want to shit on Red Velvet or Layla Hirsch necessarily. But in the beginning of AEW, when they were doing these theme shows, that type of shit would not make the cut. You want to put that on Dynamite? That's fine. But if you're calling this, Beach Break, it should have 5 matches, not 2, of quality. You had your bookends tonight, lights out, and the the biggest joke of a unification match of all time, because you didn't need to unify it. is why. I'm not insulting the match itself. I'm insulting the reason that you're unifying. Anyway, you get what I'm saying though, Brian. Like, do you remember the beginning ones? They would have all like legitimate feuds. Like when we would share the graphic in our production
Right,
meetings.
yeah, it would be stacked.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, we're finally getting this match. Oh, we're finally getting this match. Not so much anymore.
I mean, the main event had some heat, and I know you disagree about the whole interim TNT championship. I mean, yeah, I guess there was whatever. We already argued about the fact whether or not Cody should have gotten the interim thing to begin with, but regardless, I think that it was still a good match tonight. I feel like that match could have.
Oh yeah,
that's okay for.
I wasn't shitting on the match. I was shitting on the fact that someone's gone 5 days and you name an interim champ. Where's Hangman Page has been gone over 5 days?
Right.
Do we get an interim champ?
But yeah, I mean, a Wardlow squash match that doesn't really need to be there.
Right.
The trios match. I mean, that's not really. I mean, I guess that's a big thing because it's more of the inner circle.
But it was a
rematch. Took
rematch.
away from 2.0.
But it was a
Say it again?
rematch.
Yeah. Well, and it was a rematch too.
And it didn't change the stipulation. The other two rematches, Cody and Sammy, this is the ladder match, so that's different. And Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole, that's a lights out match. So I mean, at least you changed the stipulation. The trios match, they didn't change shit. And the thing I shared about the other two parts of the graphic for the all five was CM Punk's going to talk and Britt Baker's going to talk.
Yeah.
And what was uneven is CM Punk comes out and says, I don't want to talk. I want to fight. It's like you promoted it as you're cutting a promo.
Well, I mean, they talked.
I know, but I mean, that's such a like cop out way. Like he's getting criticized for not fighting enough. He comes out and says he wants to fight and not cut a promo. And what happens? He cuts a promo.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I think they were just setting it up that way. I feel like they were adding to the feud because they wanted to make it seem like he can't wait to beat the shit out of MJF.
Yeah. The board's comparing it to WWE. I'm trying to stay away from that tonight and just let the comments stand on their own for AEW without comparing them to another show. I'm comparing them to themselves. Themselves of old, they would have 5 quality matches in a themed Dynamite. Doing 1 in January after 3 in December, you don't have enough feuds going on to warrant this shit. And the final point I'm going to make, Brian, on all this, and it should be a slam dunk of a point to get you to agree with me. That's how sure I am for this.
Wow, all right.
Why is all of this free?
Well, I mean, again, you just said it wasn't really like it was like that stacked of a card.
No, but why are you giving a lights out match with Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy, a feud you've been building for weeks, maybe months? Why would you give that away for free? Bryan Danielson and Hangman, they fought twice, both for free. You have Sammy and Cody, part 3. I think one of them was on the last pay-per-view. Then again, no, I don't think they were.
No, I think you're right.
So,
no, I mean, you're right. They definitely do give away a lot of quality matches for free. But I mean, I'm not going to knock them. I mean, I'm not fucking complaining. I don't think anyone's going to complain about it.
I'm trying to understand from a purely business standpoint tonight, Brian. Like when I was talking about the return of investment, and what if your commodities get hurt when they're somewhere else? What happens then? And Stike's saying right there, the unification match is a pay-per-view quality match. Totally. I think next week Punk and MJF, they put a lot of time into that. That should be a pay-per-view level, match. But we're getting it for free on Dynamite. Like this just
Wait, really? No, that can't.
Yes. Did you not pay attention to the promo tonight? MJF
No,
said,
I did, but
MJF said, no, not in Cleveland. I'm going to wait till next week in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago, yeah. I can't see. I was gonna say I can't see that actually happening, but I mean they wouldn't. The crowd in Chicago would be pissed if they if MJF bat. I don't know. It's confusing. You're right on that one. That should definitely be a pay-per-view match.
Yeah. Daniel Price says they're in the red on the video game investment. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because Vince keeps releasing people and they keep adjusting their roster.
Yeah. I mean, Vince McMahon.
It's never going to come out.
You know the usual suspects line at the end. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Yeah.
I think Vince releasing the talent in such an orderly fashion, the way he did it, is kind of brilliant. So Tony's like, ooh, this wave, I can sign this guy and we'll do this to them. And then next wave, ooh, but I could get that guy too, and then I don't need these.
Right.
And then some of them, like, how the fuck is Everrise getting booked more than Andrade?
Right. Right.
You know, some of these I just don't understand. And and then the comment on the board, Daniel Price says Khan thinks he's a better promoter than he actually is. All he cares about is popping ratings for Dynamite so he can brag on Twitter and revel in IWC message boards. Two of the Cody and Sammys were on Dynamite. One was on Rampage. In Revolutions in March, they could have waited. They could have waited, conceivably, Stike, but that's the problem with AEW. They already are milking a storyline a little too long. That was our biggest criticism of a story that goes on long that doesn't need to. So yeah, look at Andrade. He ain't doing shit. The inconsistency here, I think by the time we get to the pay-per-view, if the pay-per-view is in March, and you have now blown off, which I would think it's a blow-off, Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole, right? Do you think that's a blow-off tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. You've blown off Cody and Sammy, or are we going to get part 4?
No, I feel like that's got to be done.
Okay. So you've blown off those. So what do you have for just those 4 guys between now and Revolution, which is 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
Whew. I mean, maybe you have Cole and Danhausen. Maybe Danhausen is his first opponent.
But you get what I'm saying. They had stuff that was built. They could have found ways around it. They've got plenty of, they're just dragging out Archer and Hangman, right?
Right.
Those guys aren't even on the show. I'll just go ahead and say it now. Fuck, Archer is the goddamn #1 contender, Brian, and he wrestles on Dark. He still doesn't wrestle on here. He could have been in the Wardlow spot. They've been making Wardlow look strong as fuck. He can't say he's won like 10 in a row because he lost to Punk. That stupid shit that didn't need to happen. But you see where I'm saying? Like, Archer's not even booked out here. They're stalling on one feud, but they're blowing off on another.
Archer isn't he doing his thing with Hangman?
Yeah, but he's not even. That's what I'm saying. There's a vignette tonight. Yeah. Unless I'm wrong, I didn't see where you saw Hangman or Archer tonight. Just the vignette.
No. Yeah, you're right.
They weren't on last week.
Are you sure they weren't on? I thought they were on last week.
I mean, I wouldn't bet any money or anything, but I'm pretty sure they were not on last week either.
I thought that's when Archer came out and.
So Stike says you have to have MJF and Wardlow at Revolution.
Cody, I guess so.
And he says Cody and Darby did 4 matches. Sammy and Cody could have one more. I mean, I would think that Sammy and Cody have to have one more, Brian, because Cody lost tonight.
Well, I liked what DP said. Miro comes back and kills Guevara. Huh.
There, Con, I fixed it for
you. Although I also
was it Miro hurt? I've gotten off my soapbox about Miro because I thought he was hurt, is why they took the belt off him and he kind of took a step back.
I don't remember, man. I can't keep up.
Archer and Hangman's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Rocky saying that Velvet and Hirsch were ranked 1 and 2.
Woof.
Rocky, the only thing I can guess is they win every week on Dark or Elevation.
Adam is starting his own his new AEW Dark podcast. Actually, no, I think it's an Elevation podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, you could find it on somewhere. Because the rankings reset in January. Oh.
Yeah, it goes Velvet, Hirsch, Deeb, Thunder Rosa, and Anna Jay. And they're all almost undefeated.
Well, yeah, it's January.
Well, all right, I know they only have.
So Brian, I made some good points tonight.
Did you? I mean, that's debatable. You could say you maybe. I would say I made fantastic points.
The too much for free. When I made some good points on a business standpoint. You're giving too much away for free. You're not getting a good enough return of investment there on your TV programs because you just want the ratings pop.
Yeah, it's what we call in the biz ROI, Adam.
And you're allowing other companies to potentially injure your stars. And I don't believe that you have a clause. I don't believe that you have any protection. I don't believe you have anything that says, "Hey, we injured your superstar. You got to keep paying him, and you cover the medical." Because
maybe that's why WWE wants to get involved with the Forbidden Door. Start injuring everyone.
But do you understand GCW this weekend? I mean, would they have paid Joey Janela's medical bill had he got hurt there? No.
Wait. Would GCW have paid his medical bill?
Yes.
Who knows?
But Tony will.
Tony would have if he got hurt in an AEW match.
No. One of the biggest draws, you and I have had this talk, and you said one of the biggest things is that peace of mind, that health care, that benefit package that AEW wrestlers get. Just like any other, I mean, if you get hurt on the job or elsewhere, you're covered.
Right. Yeah.
So if I have health care, Brian, right now, like with my company I work for, and I go into a wrestling rink and bust my shoulder, I can go see the doctor on that insurance.
So you're saying you're going to go train?
No, I'm saying everybody gets covered to do whatever the hell they want, wherever they want, courtesy of Tony Khan paying the bill. I mean, I haven't seen a return of investment this bad in talent since the Jaguars. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had to say
well, I mean, they gave Tebow a shot. Urban Meyer didn't pan out. They got Lawrence, though. He's good. He's a good quarterback.
Stike Leather says, tell me how Julia Hart gets a TBS championship match over Statlander and Tay Conti. Ty Conti. I think it's simple. No AEW champion, unless it's Cody, does like quick runs and wins it and then drops it. Nobody but him. All these others have to have a little bit of run. So you have to build to Statlander and Conti. And no offense to Julia Hart. She's getting a little bit of a rub at the beginning. The problem is AEW does this too much, and it's too obvious of who the winner is going to be. There's not enough surprise there. Just my feeling.
Interesting.
Like Orange Cassidy's been losing to Adam Cole the whole time. Now, because it's lights out, it won't count against Adam Cole to lose.
Right. Yeah. That's the whole reason why they.
Yeah. So as soon as they made it lights out, I knew Orange Cassidy was going to win.
Like, all right. Well, he's yeah.
Before that, I wasn't sure. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
I felt. Could Orange Cassidy give him his first loss?
Are you using a music stand?
Yeah. I don't know if you ever watched Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
I feel like Steel Brim with this little, but without Rob, this is how I got to control everything.
Yeah. We need Rob to be there to be what's the girl's name on that show?
Oh God.
What's her name?
Janelle West Coast.
Janelle, yeah, that's it.
DP says I bet you Brandy gets a TBS title run. I bet you Brandy is the one to finally defeat Jade. They'll go back to, remember they tried to build that before she got pregnant, Brian?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was supposed to, not Red Velvet, she was supposed to fight with Shaq. They never went back to that because Brandy was pregnant.
Yeah.
All right. Match of the night for me. All my awards, I did not like tonight overall.
What?
So all my awards are going to be negative awards.
Fine.
Like the opposite. So match of the night for
God.
me is going to be the worst match of the night for me.
Oh.
And that was Red Velvet and Layla Hirsch.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I've been bragging for months about how your women's division is stacked and you need to get more than 2 women out there. And no offense to these women, I'm sure they're doing great work on Dark and Elevation. But you needed to do something else. This is what the fuck is it called? Beach Break, man. You got to have a women's match worth a fuck here. Sorry, you do.
All right.
Go ahead. What's your match of the night?
My match of the night was I gotta give it to Cody and Sammy. I'm sorry, even though we disagree with how they got to that match. Well, I know you still said you thought it was a good match, but for
it
me,
was a good match.
That was my match. Yeah, that was my match of the night. Definitely pay-per-view quality.
Yeah, my petty is entirely surrounding the whole interim. You're gone for 5 days, and we had to name it an interim champion.
Yeah,
have a match. That's my only gripe. My point against you is not against you. It's just to point out because I saw it. I saw it all over the place on IWC. Because it's a pay-per-view quality match, but it was just on Dynamite. A lot of people were having a weird take about why is Sammy risking, in some of those spots. Why is he risking his career for
right?
A curtain jerk on Dynamite
TV match? Yeah.
I don't know. That's splitting hairs.
Yeah.
I do think it was a good match. I hate the whole interim thing. Match of the night, Stike says, even though it didn't count, was Orange Cassidy and Cole. So technically, Orange Cassidy hasn't beaten Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, which makes me think that they'll continue that. It makes me think maybe at Revolution, Stadium Stampede is between Best Friends and Super Elite Click.
Super Elite Click.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they're called.
Super Click.
Matthew Plummer says, keep up the awesome videos. I assume he's referring to you, Brian. And your awesome
I think he's just talking about maybe our just YouTube in general. I don't know.
Well, thank you for the compliment, Matthew.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew.
And DP makes everyone sad. Yes, that's what you do, DP, by mentioning Brandy.
Chanel. There, that was Chanel West Coast. That's right.
Yep, and Stike agreeing with me. Yep, Brandy started the feud, got pregnant. Segment of the night. CM Punk and MJF.
That was mine.
But wait, no, remember, I'm going all negative, Brian.
Oh shit.
So for me, MJF and Punk is the worst segment of the night. You say it's the best. Here's why I'm going to say it's the worst. It was advertised. It was advertised the week before. It's advertised the week before that. CM Punk needs to fucking do what he said. And have a match before you talk to MJF and cut your promo. Imagine that. Imagine if CM Punk, Brian, and this is all you have to do to fix and turn it and make this the segment of the night or to make me love it. This is all you have to do is march fucking, I don't care, Dante Martin down. Leo Rush, take your pick. March one of them down to fight Punk. Punk wins. And then he goes, MJF. Or MJF calls him out after the match, and they have their little promo then. Boom. CM Punk has not wrestled hardly at all. After saying he was back to work with new people and have all these matches. Brian Danielson is walking the walk and talking the talk, but Punk isn't. And I think a lot of people in IWC have turned on Punk because of that.
You think so? I mean, I think he's on every episode, even though he's not wrestling. He's still there.
He came out of retirement, Brian.
Yeah, but so what? He's not going to still fucking. He's not. How old is he? 40.
He's younger than us. Or well, not you. Sorry,
you.
I keep forgetting I'm a decade older than you.
Not me, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Not me. Well, that was your not segment of the night.
But it was your segment of the night.
It was
so tell
my
me why.
segment of the night. I mean, he had his fist taped black, which we don't ever see that. I mean, I could just stop right there, and that would be my segment of the night. His fists were taped black. But no, I mean, I don't know, just the back and forth he had with MJF. I am surprised. I mean, you brought it up before that their match is going to be next week. I feel like you could stretch it out.
Yep, and then Hangman and Archer 2 weeks. So then you need a new number one contender for 5 weeks later. I mean, I like the fact that we don't have to have the stupid once a month pay-per-views like WWE.
Oh, total.
I know I tried not to say that all night, but I don't want 12 AEW pay-per-views a year.
No.
But you gotta plan yours right. Don't put all this time into all these big feuds and then fizzle them as you go into the home stretch to one of your big 5 pay-per-views. I don't know. Stike says segment of the night, Britt Baker. That was an actual bright spot in tonight's show. Here's the thing. Britt Baker is a bright spot on most shows, but with only one, and I don't fault her for this, Brian, which is why I haven't brought it up before. She does way too many promos. With only one spot for a women's match every week on Dynamite, she has no choice because she's got to stay relevant now as the champ, just like she stayed relevant when she was injured. But what the fuck, man? She could be out there doing something else. She could be out there having Jamie or Rebel fighting her next contender. But she's relegated to promo after promo after promo because there's only one match allowed. I think that sucks.
It's in their contract.
What?
It's in their contract. They can only have one women's match on the show.
But that's stupid.
I'm kidding. It's not. But
I think it is. No, there was a dirt sheet out there that said that.
I can't believe that.
Dirt sheet. Oh, I told you as soon as Punk came back, it was all about him. Yeah. You can't build many stories once expecting them to be big and not have 2/3 of them pay off, be bad. Yeah. I guess that's a good point. The payoffs are not there. Cole is ranked number 1. Punk is going to jump Cole in line and face Hangman at Revolution.
Really? What?
That's what Stike says. I mean, that's just a guess.
I wouldn't believe Stike.
Marked out.
Second.
Marked out. I'll go first, Brian.
Please.
Again, this is kind of an anti-marked out.
Uh-huh.
Man, I was enjoying the lights out match.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought, wow, we can finally just have these two guys. No. Here comes the Bucks. Here comes the Best Friends. Here comes Bobby Fish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like, oh God. And they did it in almost the middle of the match. They all got their shots on each other, not really on Cole or Orange Cassidy. I mean, there was a little altercation.
Yeah.
And then they all just kind of rode off into the sunset. It was the most pointless spot of an otherwise really good match.
I kind of agree with you.
You did not need that stuff.
No.
It was why I hated fucking Kenny Omega's title run. Anytime he was having a good match, it's like, here comes the Bucks. That match that he had with Pac and Orange Cassidy was great, but Bucks had to come out and get involved.
Right.
I don't know why they're here. I don't know why Wheeler Utah was here. I don't know why any of those people were here. Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy were doing just fucking fine telling the story. And I say telling the story, Brian, because that's exactly what they were doing. There was so much storytelling in this match, beyond the match. From, he can't land the orange punch. When he does, his hand's fucked from earlier. Right. Him just laughing and kind of taunting Cole throughout the match. Like, there was so many good spots that went beyond the actual wrestling in this match. And then the fucking Bucks come out. and ruined the
Ruined.
the flow and the mentality that they had. Is that fair?
I mean, I agree with you a little bit, but I feel like you kind of answered your own question that they're setting up a whole best friends versus super click.
Yeah, they're trying to do Stadium Stampede, but Brian, they've been setting that up for over a month. They've already had their 6-man match, their 8-man match, their tag match, their whatever match.
Sure. But the Stampede is the blow off.
Right.
And Super Bowl coming up, so
yeah. Adam, how many times have you seen the Bucks book themselves in other people's matches? Can't remember how many. Can you? No, I mean I bitched about it. It's however many times they have not wrestled in their own match, DP. And if you check the tape on their 2021, they wrestled like 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
So 52 weeks minus 10. They did it 42 times on TV last year. I don't know how many times overall.
Yeah.
So Rocky says the pop for Wardlow was nice. Yeah, but I don't trust the booking of it. If Wardlow doesn't go over MJF, this is all for nothing. Rocky, I know you got me off.
I feel like it's going to happen next week. Actually, I feel like Wardlow's going to turn on MJF next week.
Right, but when they get in the ring, when it is officially MJF versus Wardlow,
Revolution.
I don't care when, Brian.
I know. I'm just.
Is MJF going to win or is Wardlow when that happens?
I don't know. I mean, you figure how MJF barely has any losses in AEW as it is, and what, he's going to take one clean to Wardlow? I don't know about that. I would have to say no.
Okay, then what's your point of all this? What is the point of all this work that they've done? Nobody has been booked like Wardlow. Nobody. He has fought on almost every Dynamite in the last 2 months, going on 3. Only guy. And he is single-handedly the singles division in AEW. Because nobody else gets as many singles matches. Not on Dynamite. They might on Dark.
Well, he gets squash matches, though. Come on.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. You're booking the TV time. The return of investment on Wardlow is to have him beat MJF.
Mm-hmm.
Has to happen. But what's going to happen is MJF's going to lose to Punk because Wardlow turns on him. And then Wardlow's going to lose any momentum he has, and he's going to go and lose to MJF.
No, I feel like he could survive. I mean, if he dominates MJF and MJF just wins on like a fluke or like he does like some sort of like heel tactic, roll up the tights or use the ring, something. I don't know. I still feel like Wardlow can survive that and still keep his like momentum, because I feel like if they do it next week in Chicago and he helps Punk, I mean, God, that's gonna fucking.
Yes, but Daniel Price is saying it right here. If MJF loses to Punk, then immediately loses to Wardlow, it's gonna make him look like a smarmy heel that talks a lot but can't get it done. They will not book him with back-to-back losses.
That I agree with also. So that's interesting right there.
So as soon as Punk beats him, Wardlow's fucked, and all this time and investment that you made is worthless. It's to just knock another person down to MJF.
No.
Or another giant. All right. What was your marked out?
Yeah, my marked out. This one's easy. Danhausen fucking debuting in the main event. We all knew it was going to be happening sooner or later. It happened sooner.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that he finally did. And you can go join Danhausen Fanhausen. It's a Facebook group for all of your Danhausen needs. He's actually a member in there. He posts regularly.
God, is this another one you're an admin of? You haven't.
It is.
You have a problem.
You are correct.
So, there's Alcoholics Anonymous for alcoholics. I think there should be an admin anonymous for people like you, Brian.
You are correct. You are correct. I can't dispute that. But go join it. It's a good time.
What if MJF beats Punk, and then Wardlow just immediately fucking snaps and attacks him. That could work.
If he beats Punk, yeah, I mean, if he beats Punk and then he orders Wardlow to like keep destroying him, like he has been. He did it this week. He did it last week. But what if Wardlow says "fuck you" and he doesn't, and then that's how you start it? So then maybe Wardlow can get a win over MJF, even though MJF just beat Punk. I could see it. That's also a possibility.
Daniel Price says the cure for your admin addiction is to get a woman.
Well, that is correct. That is correct.
Oh, and he says make sure it's one that's a wrestling nerd.
Well, that's also correct.
Stike Leather says marked out for him was laughing at all the clowns in IWC who thought Gargano was going to show up tonight and aid the best friends.
I thought it was happening.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
Gargano said, and I mean, he could be lying. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time someone swerved us. But he did say he's not doing anything till his baby's born in February.
Yeah.
It's 1/26. That's 5 days away. Like, let's not. It's not like he said I'm taking months off.
Right.
February's right around the corner. Let him be a new dad. Let him enjoy it, and then he can debut.
Well, he could have debuted tonight and then taken off a few weeks.
Oh yeah, he could have just done what. Get your benefits. Have the baby covered. Yeah, have the paycheck. Tony Khan doesn't care. He's still paying Urban Meyer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, and Stike says we're all fucking idiots. Well, he didn't say it like that, but he says Punk isn't losing in Chicago.
Ooh, that would be amazing, though.
I think that's an eat a dick moment. I think that's what's going to happen. Anyway, so for tonight, for my petty, Brian.
Yeah.
Remember, it's going to be the opposite.
So this is a good one?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Sammy beating Cody. Anytime Cody loses, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's my petty for tonight, a.k.a. my good award.
Yeah.
What's your petty?
Mine is, I mean, I understand you're booking Wardlow in squash matches, but why make it a 2-on-1? I just, like, really...
That's a good progression, though. If I'm going to just destroy, like, the Colin Delaney's, you know, like, if I'm just going to destroy one guy, now give me two. That's how you build a monster.
I guess.
I mean,
it just makes those other guys look like huge schmucks.
No, that's the point. I want to see Wardlow, no offense to Everrise. I'm not calling them 2.0 because they spell point. Everrise.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with those kind of guys getting chumped out. Two world champions got the fuck beat out of them by Brock Lesnar in a handicap match. Jeff and Matt Hardy.
Well, that was before. Come on, that was before they were.
But I'm saying it doesn't kill your career. They were in the tag division, put over a monster. Guess what? They both became respected world champions in their own right.
Yeah, but they were already. That was totally different. That was.
No, it wasn't. Brock debuted. He beat Jeff. Then he beat Matt. Then he beat
you're right.
them both.
You know what? You are right. That was very early in his. Okay, I'll give you that.
It was Brock's first, like, not true local enhancement talent guys. You know,
I was looking at it more from the Hardy aspect, because at that point they were just, I think, maybe tag champs. They weren't
right.
They hadn't.
They were Team Extreme. That's all they were.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it didn't kill them.
No.
It helped build Brock. And then later on down the road, both those guys, no Jannetty to be found. They're both world champs.
Yeah.
The only other team that's done that is Edge and Christian. Yeah. Otherwise, there's always one that's a world champ and one that's not.
Yeah.
Devon Dudley, Bubba Ray even got to be world champ.
I was gonna say, yeah, Bully.
Bully.
Although people,
don't get me started on Bully. He can eat a dick.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's still on my shit list.
Yeah, people aren't happy with him.
Tony Lopez says, "Jizz, then back to biz." What the fuck's he talking about? And Stike says he thinks that Gargano could show up at the Rumble on Saturday. I mean, to take a paycheck,
Oh my God.
why not?
No way.
But
That's
Brian,
not-
seriously, what would be the price for you?
What for him? What do you mean?
If he had to show up and work the Rumble and they offered him X amount, you're saying no way. He's not under contract for anything. It's a one-off. They offer him $20,000 for the night.
I just don't see them doing it.
5,000. 10,000. I'm just saying, I'm not saying would they do it or not. I'm saying what would be the price
Yeah.
that you would have to say yes to? $20,000 for a night. I'm saying
For
yes.
one night? Yeah, fuck yeah. That would be cool.
$5,000. I'm probably saying yes.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pay my travel expense, I'm
Yeah.
saying yes. And I think $5,000 to $20,000 is a good, reasonable range that WWE could pay that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it for 50 if I were him. I'm a pauper, so it's not. You can't ask me about what my opinion is. But someone like him.
The only reason he might not do it is Candace is supposed to be doing 2 weeks, DP says. So he might not want to risk being that far. And she can't fly. And it's not like they're on the road. You don't want a pregnant lady in a car.
Yeah.
Stike says his petty is Cody versus Sammy, not because of the match, but I thought AEW didn't do hot shot title reigns. I mean, that is a good point. Brody didn't have a long title reign. Cody was involved. Cody didn't have a long title reign here. Sammy was involved. Sammy didn't have a long title reign. Cody was involved. Miro didn't have a long. I think this TNT title is just a fucking clusterfuck. Is what I think the answer is, Stike.
Damn it.
Oh, GZ is short for Gratz, guys. Is what Tony Lopez says.
Congrats. Yeah. Congrats.
VP says all you have to do to pay Gargano to show up at the Rumble is give him a key to Babies R Us. Babies R Us is gone. I know because I was one of those fortunate people that they were closing right as my kids were, or my daughter was being born. So I bought all sorts of fucking shit at like ridiculous discounts. That was nice. It was nice. Gotta say it. So Brian, did you do your petty?
Did I do my petty? I don't think I did, but I will do one.
Do it.
Okay. How about Inner Circle beating 2.0? The whole story is about Inner Circle and the turmoil in between them, but I feel like if they're going to do anything, they should have 2.0 at least go over.
They don't know how to do that.
Further.
Brian, they don't know how to do that. I agree with you 100%. Like, you have got to give, if you're going to put all this time into Daniel Garcia and 2.0, right. Where's the W? They've lost to Bryan Danielson, to Punk, to Jericho and Proud and Powerful. Like, what the fuck? Like, they're getting a lot of, I guess, the equivalent of an AEW rub by being on TV and against some quality opponents, but they're 0 for the century. They haven't won one of these matches.
It's weird, man.
I mean, seemingly though they're happy. I don't know where the line is, Brian. Like between, yeah, I'm getting booked, but I'm not really getting booked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Stike's asking, are we doing a show on Saturday? Brian, we're watching Rumble. I said we didn't discuss it on officially, but on Monday I said let's do a drunk show.
When is it? Saturday or Sunday?
It's Saturday.
Saturday. That's interesting.
So I don't have to get up Sunday.
Yeah. No, I should. I'll be around. I'll be around to watch it. Wait, we have to get the Peacock. We have to get Peacock then, huh?
We have Peacock.
I don't pay for it.
Okay, well, we'll give you the login. How are you watching MacGruber if you don't have that?
Isn't it? I thought you don't have to pay for Peacock.
You absolutely have to pay for Peacock.
Oh. Well, I paid for it to get MacGruber, but I canceled it like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so you had a free trial. You watched MacGruber.
No, I was paying for it. I don't know. All right. Well, either way, I'm down to watch it.
It's the Rumble. I mean,
It is the Rumble. We might get we have to get a tattoo.
Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble Challenge. For those of you that don't know,
Mania.
our Rumble Challenge numbers: Daniel Price, Stike, Rocky. Watch along or reaction. We'll probably do.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just make sure you got your little bell, so you'll know when we go online.
Yeah.
When we come in. I think. Oh wait, we decided we were going to do live reaction for the Rumble matches. Yeah, we'll do live reaction for the Rumble matches. Oh, there is a free Peacock option, Daniel.
Ha, see, I knew it.
Ooh, Rocky says draw him a number.
Ooh.
DP, Stike, you want in? Tony Lopez. All right.
Ooh.
I got the hat.
Oh, you have all the numbers right there?
It's the Macho Man. Yeah, dude, I never know when somebody wants to jump in, so I've saved the numbers.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, here we go, Rocky. Your number is lucky number 15. Rocky joins the ranks at 15. So let's do a quick recap as we sign off for tonight, Brian. You were the first one to find out if you're safe or not.
Okay.
At number 5.
It's pretty safe. I'm pretty content.
Number 6, Hitman. I'm number 8. I feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's not like having 30 and Roman Reigns walking out, so I feel pretty good. Rob is 12.
All right.
Rocky has 15. Stevie has 17. Vice has 19. Kiera 22. And Medine 29. Rocky says he likes 15.
That's a good number. Good number. Safe number.
Yes. I got to get together with Rocky. Our kids are close enough in age.
Yeah.
I got to get some play dates.
There you go.
I just need to get them. My son actually asked me, we were talking about it. I was like, "Oh, you going to go make some friends?" He's like, "You mean like my sister?" I'm like, "No." It's like mommy? I'm like, "No." Like daddy? No. Like real friends. Like not,
what do you mean?
Not the people you live with. I mean, it was cool that he thinks of us that way, but yeah.
Right. He's like, "You're my best friend. I don't need friends."
Lots of rumors swirling around. I've talked about Lacey Evans. I've talked about Mickey James. We know Lacey Evans is a rumor. Bailey's a rumor. Asuka's a rumor. What do you think? Stike wants to know as we sign off. What do you think about Ronda as a rumor?
Oh, wait. She already had her baby.
Yep. She had her baby a while ago. She named it some fucked up shit.
God.
It had some weird name. Like,
well, no, I think her husband is Hawaiian. I think it was a Hawaiian name, wasn't it?
It was a very weird name.
What?
No, I mean, if her husband was Hawaiian and it was something like that, then I apologize for being an insensitive dick. But yeah. As someone who's 100% Jewish with a Spanish Italian last name, I mean, I don't.
Yeah. Does she show up? No. I think she's through. I think she's done. You
don't think that they backed up a truck full of money and said, "Go one more time," and your daughter never has to worry a day in her life? You don't think she's? I'm sorry, money talks, and I don't know, Brian. I think I know you try to play the devil's advocate here, but somebody shows up with the right price tag. I'm saying yes to anything.
I just anything. I don't see her doing it.
To anything, Brian. There's a price tag for me for anything. You hit the right number, I will do whatever. Not even joking. Like, there are things that freak me the fuck out. Like, I have an irrational fear of scuba diving in a cavern and getting stuck just waiting for my air to run out.
Yeah.
Okay, I would never put myself in that position because I have that irrational fear. But if someone backed up a dump truck full of money right now and told me to go do that, I would do it.
Yeah, but then you die.
No, I mean, I hope I wouldn't die.
Oh, okay.
I hope I would conquer my fear and, you know, get paid a shit ton of money. Like, you know.
What about, could I cut off a pinky for 50 grand?
Yeah, like, okay, yeah. What's your price tag for that, Brian? Cut off a pinky. What's your price tag?
50 grand. Oh, wait, for me to cut off your finger?
No, for you to lose your own.
To lose a finger?
Someone offer you $1 million, you getting rid of a finger?
Oh, I mean, I just said 50 grand. I would have done it for 50 grand.
I mean, like, I think you're incredibly low.
Oh, I know. I'm definitely very low.
This is an irreplaceable appendage. You're not a gecko.
Yeah, no, that's true. It wouldn't go. Oh, I mean, it might grow back. I don't know. I haven't chopped it off yet, so we don't know that. I'm not quite sure what would happen.
Yeah. My final answer is Ronda's there on Saturday.
Oh, boy. Stop it. Don't put that fucking juju out there into the world.
Especially if the Women's Rumble closes the show.
Oh, I'm getting chills.
If the Women's Rumble closes the show, you bet your ass.
Whatever.
So 50 grand. Anybody want to chop Brian's finger off?
Yeah, I mean, anyway, I'm down. I mean, who's got 50 grand?
He's not using one of his other appendages either, so you know, name a price, he might be willing to get rid of that.
He's not wrong. I mean, I am Will. You can email us at markedoutwrestlingpodcast@gmail.com.
Stike says, according to Fightful, one of the most credible sources out there, she's returning. Also on 2 betting sites, Ronda is the Rumble favorite. Yeah, I mean, the cat's more in the bag than CM Punk's return. But yeah. I really think that she's there. I think that them announcing stuff like Mickie James and whatever was trying to get some, I don't know. Alexa Bliss is also supposed to come back. I don't know. I don't know.
See.
The Women's Rumble they don't have 30 women.
Right. They need to fill spots.
Right. So it'll be interesting to see who shows up there. But I think Ronda might be at least a safe bet for Mania, if not Saturday. So that's my final word on it.
Agreed.
Last chance, Stike. Somebody else want to get in on this? Tattoo challenge. We got 9 people. It's our 5th annual Tattoo Rumble challenge, and it's the last one. So Brian is going to be playing both of his numbers.
That's
he's
not
gonna
true.
Do the women and the men for number 5.
It's not true.
Yes, special thing Brian's doing just for this year.
I never said that.
So you can tune in Monday. Wrong. No more Monday show.
No.
It's weird, right?
It's definitely gonna be weird, man. It's definitely gonna be weird on Monday. Where, I mean, fuck, almost 6 years now.
Yeah. No, it was actually 6 years.
6 years. Oh yeah.
Well, for you, almost 6 years.
Almost 6 years for me.
You
I was
joined about 3 to 6 months after we started. I don't remember.
Right. Something like that.
Exact timeline. But Brian and I will be back here as we continue to do analyzing Dynamite. My final thoughts real quick. Don't call this Beach Break.
Beach Break.
Don't try to do 2 main event level worthy matches here. Just put the one and wait till next week for the other or something. I don't think you needed to give so much away. If you want to give something away for free, give 1 good match away for free. Don't give 2. And that's what we had tonight. We had 2 really good bookends with some fluff in the middle. I'll take those bookends all day. They were, as Brian said, pay-per-view worthy. But I don't understand giving 2 away. So Spike says I can try to get my kids in bed at a decent time with no Monday show now. Hey, there you go, Stike.
Yeah, see? There you go.
I'm gonna be stuck. My wife, she claims that she's excited for me to be home, but every Monday that I'm home, like when I was home before I left, like I'm stuck watching The Voice and some dumb shit. So
yeah.
I just go down in the room and play video games.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna happen.
Well,
now
she
for
at
me
least
on
that you're
Monday.
you're in the house, and she knows that you're close by.
Yeah, I guess. What's your final thought, and then let's get the fuck out of here.
Final thought. I mean, I don't really have a final thought. I enjoyed tonight's beach break, but I'm kind of with you. I mean, we praise them for not having too many pay-per-views, but then again, we also have to. I feel like they're doing too many of these special shows, like you had mentioned. Like,
They
I
had
don't really
3
think
in
they need.
December.
Say it again. Oh, they had 2. Right.
There were 5 Wednesdays in December, and they did a special show 3 of them.
Yeah, like, I mean, just like if you have too many pay-per-views, it waters them down. Same thing with these free events or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I don't think you need them, but
No, I mean, winter's coming. Holiday
Yeah.
bash, New Year's bash, beach break.
Fighter Fest,
Yeah.
Fight for the Fallen.
It's too much. We'll see what happens going toward Revolution. They're getting better in some areas, and they still have others to improve on. Good to see Mox back. Fuck you, bully. I forgot
Yep.
to tell you that, like the rest of them. We will be back next Wednesday. Between now and then, there will be an episode of the All Elite Hour.
That's right.
Which is now slid into the SmackDown role of MOWP.
moving on up.
Now that this is the flagship show that we don't even have a
That's
name for.
true.
Anybody wants to come up with a name for our Wednesday night show? It used to be Who Won Wednesday, but the answer was AEW. So
Yeah.
NXT took their ball and went to Tuesday night, and we stopped watching. We stopped watching when it was still black and gold, at least.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Before it was cool.
Right. So anyway, for Brian, I am Adam Baum. We will be back next week with some more Dynamite action. Until then, tune in. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Later, guys.
What do you think the odds are that Rob will upload this?
33% chance.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by You Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows,